People associate Chicago pizza with deep dish pizza. And yes, it's a big thing here in Chicago. But if you live in Chicago, you know that Chicagoans don't really eat a lot of deep dish pizza. We eat tavern pizza. Of course, we have our opinions about deep dish pizza, and we have our favorite places that we will take people to when they are visiting us. But really on our own, I don't know many people that actually eat deep dish pizza unless they're like taking somebody there that's visiting. Tavern style pizza is kind of the true Chicago pizza. Super, super thin cracker style crust, toppings from edge to edge, square cut. And it is my absolute favorite style of pizza. I have my pizza dough rolled out really, really thin here. I also laminate the dough with some oil. And if you want to know what that means, I'm actually teaching a virtual tavern style pizza class on Tuesday. What is Tuesday? That is June 17th, I believe, at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. I'll put a link in my profile. But I laminate some oil through the dough to create that really, really crispy, crackery style texture. I also dock the dough. You can use a fork or you can use a tool called a dough docker, where you basically like prick the dough all over so that it doesn't puff up. We want it to stay really, really nice and flat. And then I like to par bake the dough with the sauce on it so that one, a little bit of moisture from the sauce evaporates off. And two, I start cooking that crust just a little bit before I put any of the cheese and toppings on it so that it will get super, super cracker-like and crispy. So I'm gonna put this in the oven for like 3 minutes. Probably the most traditional toppings for a tavern pizza are sausage and giardiniera, which if you don't know what giardiniera is, it's like a hot pickled relish, hot pickled vegetables. It is so good on the pizza with sausage. I forgot to bring some home from work, so I'm just doing our house-made sausage. I just put it on the pizza raw. It's gonna go in at a high heat. It will cook on the pizza and all the fat rendering off of it. It's gonna add a lot of flavor. And in the virtual class, we're gonna make the homemade sausage. But I just kind of like dollop it over the top of the pizza. And then very important for tavern pizza, you need to heavily season after you add your toppings with at least some oregano. You could do oregano and dried basil, but at least oregano, and like pretty heavily with the seasoning. That's like what's really going to give it that tavern taste. And then it's gonna be so crispy and delicious. I'll show you when it comes out. Heavy with the seasoning. It is out of the oven. It's super, super crackery and crispy on the bottom. I cannot find my pizza cutter. I'm using a chef knife. But can you hear how crispy that is? And then we're gonna cut it in squares. Party cut. Here she is. It's delicious. Super, super thin, super, super crackery. If you want to take this virtual class with me, it is on Tuesday, June 17th. If you want to do it live with me at 6:30 p.m. Central Time, I'll put a link in my profile, but you don't have to do it live. You get a recording of it once we do the live class, and so you can watch it at any time. Also, if you're in the Chicago area, we do in-person tavern pizza classes at Betty's Chicago all the time. Come visit us for an in-person class. Bye.